Welcome to the transmissions from the heart of the hive. This is our first episode, and it feels meaningful to begin something that has been quietly forming for a while, inviting all of you into the space with us. I'm Kat, and today I'm here with my dear sister Sabrina. We are two of the many women stewarding what we call our Golden Hive, a living network of light community rooted in conversation, co-creation, embodiment, and shared intelligence. And what you're seeing, hearing here, and what you will continue to see as this podcast, as this transmission keeps growing, is coming straight from the hive's heart and from our hearts. We call these recordings transmissions not because they're mystical in any way. Of course, they feel that way, but the word transmission is intentional here because sometimes what moves through the space arrives as a lived experience, pattern we are noticing, lessons we are walking through, questions we're sitting with. And sometimes it arrives as language that feels bigger than us. You'll hear beautiful poetry, transmissions of visions that are bigger than the human cat and Sabrina. And sometimes it's something that moves through quickly, and we invite you to sit with it and really feel into what the frequency is bringing through. This podcast isn't about presenting polished answers and teachings. It's about truly weaving in real time. Life gives all of us fragments, little pieces, moments, symbols, synchronicity, lessons, and often we sit with them alone. I know I have for many years. But it is when we come together and we speak them out loud, something magical happens. The pieces start connecting, the pattern becomes visible, the fabric becomes shared. And today, for our first episode, we will tell you how the hive came to be, how the name found us, how the vision unfolded, and how two separate journeys have been braiding themselves together, and how more threads for our braid have been joining us and finding our way so that we could all weave together. Because what we're building here is not built from strategy, it's built from remembrance. We are remembering something that is much bigger than us, and we're inviting you into it. We want to share in the shaping of it. Nothing in this hive is dynamic. Even these two chairs are not owned, they're shared. You will hear many voices coming through, weaving the narrative of these transmissions. The hive is not built by Sabrina and Kat. Again, it is woven together by the women who hear its hum and who come and join us. So welcome. Sabrina, welcome. And I'd love for you to introduce yourself and share how this journey began for you.
Thank you for such a beautiful introduction to both of us, the hive, just all of this beautiful weaving that we are experiencing, the energies of coming together in co-creation. I am Sabrina Remp, and I am here as a co-creator and voice of the sacred Golden Hive. I am here to learn and to weave in real time alongside each and every one of you, and to bring through the voice of the hive, the transmissions through metaphor and myth, and we are going to translate those into English language so that we can very easily incorporate those into our way of living so that we can create a whole new way of living. The wisdom that is coming through in these transmissions from the hive mind, from the bees, is profound, and it has really changed my whole life inside and out in so many ways, and I'm just so honored and excited to share these transmissions with each of you in the hopes that it may offer you the same medicine, or the medicine that you need. I shouldn't say the same medicine, but you understand what I'm saying, because we all each have our own unique medicine that we carry and that we create and alchemize through our experiences, and then we get to come back and share that together in co-creation for healing and all of the beautiful things. So for me, it really did begin, like Kat said, as a remembrance. It started coming through in these transmissions. I was decoding the messages as they were coming through. However, my full conscious mind could not grasp all of it. It was pieces, little pieces being dropped in like honey over the last 5 to 6 years. And I sat with these messages for a very long time and I kept them for myself. But the messages that I kept receiving and the guidance I kept receiving was that they really needed to be shared with the world, that this was really, these weren't just for me. And so here we are to bring these through, to share them with you. And I am, like I said, just so very, very, very grateful. And I want you to know from my heart that you are not the listeners and the receivers and the spectators only. You know, we are all here to listen deeply, to get to know thyself intimately, and to become embodied then in the wisdom of it all after we go through these cycles of experience that I feel are truly never ending. So I was holding that alone for so very long. And as I started to begin sharing with sisters such as Katerina, we started to discover together that when we came together, that we each held a unique and necessary perspective. And that since we each see from such a different angle and we receive slightly different guidance, even though the overall messages may be the same, when we share those angles, those pictures become fuller. It's like gathering those pieces of the puzzle that we're missing and really putting them back together to see the full picture. So this beautiful collective intelligence emerges through our shared voices. And so I really just want to stress the importance and the beautiful invitation to each one of you that this is a living conversation, and I'm super excited to keep this conversation alive and flowing.
Thank you, Sabrina. Thank you. You have been the voice of the consciousness of the bees for our hive as it's starting out. And I'd like to share not my full story because it's really not about me and where I come from and all the things. But the design of this human, there was always a desire, a dream to form a community. And as I went through my life, I tried so many different iterations of it where Kat was always the one holding the structure of this temple she was building in whatever business it was, whatever space it was. And it wasn't until a couple months ago, funny enough, through Gene Keys, that I saw a different perspective, a higher perspective of how communities are built. They're not built by individuals as the leaders on the pedestal building the community around themselves, even if that's not the intention. From the unconscious level, that design is always present. The hierarchy is always present. And the hive started revealing itself to me. I literally started seeing myself inside a hive. And of course, connecting with Sabrina and sharing this and connecting with others and noticing the bees and all things 44th gene key, which is all about synergy and the hive. So it started speaking to me. And it started speaking with a voice of both the great mother and the architect that sees the sacred geometry, that sees the structure of this reality. And that is guiding us to find our way back, not to do any of this alone, not to build a temple with your name on the door, but to come and build a space that is shaped by many hands, by many voices, by the energy of many sisters. And when we come together, what we realize is that we're truly all mirrors of each other. And that's how healing happens, both individually and collectively. It happens in circle, it happens in community. So the design of the hive started coming more strongly to me than Sabrina. And I was anchoring it and sharing what was coming through. And then the other aspects of the design not just the intelligence, but the design aspects started coming to her. And more started revealing. And then somebody else had answers about the structure. Somebody else had answers about something else. And it was like we were playing with Play-Doh and we were putting this or clay or propolis and
Or
we were
wax.
piecing a wax, wax. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
And it was coming together. And the greatest joy of my human experience, okay, children, husband, all the things, but the greatest joy is feeling that creation just passing through me. And not just passing through me, but connecting with the sisters that were sharing maybe something a little different and allowing it to merge together and mold itself into what it was trying to become. And of course, this comes with so many human lessons, releasing the resistance, stepping aside,
Yeah.
trusting somebody else's vision. So when we say we invite you into the circle, we invite you for the
Weaving, the weaving
weaving, for
of the golden
weaving, for fully
threads.
weaving. Yeah. And our this community, when we talk about it, we're talking about it's a community for receiving the teachings of the consciousness of the bees. It is a community for awakening creativity within you, joining hands with another sister or two or three or 10 and forming something together, whether it is an oracle deck card, candles, body products, whatever it is, creating music, whatever, or travel experiences. You were not meant to do it alone. And I think many of us are realizing that. I know I led a 2-year program about helping women build their businesses, only to realize that none of us wanted to do it alone. We didn't want to do it alone. We had these gifts that we wanted to share. Some of us felt like we were healers, creators, but we didn't want to market ourselves. And that's what the Hive was saying. Your
Yeah.
power is in the community. It's
Yeah.
in this collective coming together.
Yep. Yep. And I
So that's the
truly,
invitation.
yes, I truly, truly feel that. And, when my eyes and I as myself, recognized and realized that it really takes another's reflection, a receiver on the other end, a witness to actually fully experience the full alchemical process of creation and sharing and alchemy and all of it. And so the two really become one. It's that united intention and the beautiful heart of the mother that can hold it all, that can hold it all. And so it's a self-organizing organism. It's a self-perpetuating, feeding organism. And it truly
Spiraling,
naturally, yeah, for
spiraling
nature,
together.
yeah, and
Yeah.
nature knows. So let's listen to the bees, listen to the trees, all the fun things. And so it's going to be a really fun exploration to move through these transmissions and poems and pull the little golden threads and nuggets out and see how that connects everything back to the one, the all, because everything truly is connected as we have been exploring through our shares and our experience. And when you do that, what we have also recognized is the energy amplifies. And right now, we know this is a divine time because it just so happens to be the eclipse season and portal and the alignment of planetary greatness. And it is divine timing, I truly feel. Because I sat with these transmissions for years. Kat sat with her visions and transmissions for years. It wasn't time until now. And so here we are. And I'm just so grateful that we don't have to do this alone anymore. Nobody needs to reinvent the wheel, right? Jesus, take the wheel for real. Like, let's just trust and have faith that it is all fully aligned and that our higher selves, we had a plan. We knew, we know. And truly, I feel like we have left the breadcrumbs for ourselves subconsciously, not knowing really fully what that was going to lead to in the end. But now, as we look back and we reflect, we get to go back and we get to pick up those puzzle pieces, those breadcrumbs, and we get to find our way back home, home to the hive, the heart of it all. That's what wanted to come through.
I love it. And I would like to invite you to keep going if you are ready to share one of the transmissions, so
Yes,
we can get
100%.
a taste of the medicine of the bees and the frequency that the consciousness that powers the hive. When you're talking the wheel, I was
Yeah.
seeing somebody like pushing this big wooden wheel, and it's like not
Mm.
fitting and not working, and it was like the intelligence
It
of life
spins,
knows it
yeah.
spins, it just spins.
Naturally,
You
yeah.
literally just have to come in and allow it to carry you. So with
That's
that being
right.
said, if you are ready to share
Yes, I am.
one of the
I
transmissions.
am. I have never been more ready. So thank you. For me, basically, this next piece really captures the feeling of moving from that fragmentation back into the shared coherence. So yeah, here is the transmission. I invite you to relax and receive the full medicine. The heavenly hive has spoken, and the cosmic codes of creation are colliding as a central point of coherence from which may be collected by the all. The cosmic egg has cracked under the pressure of the people's persistence to know the truth, to valiantly venture forth into the depths of the unknown, to relinquish their rags and to receive their riches. For the vast abundance of treasure cannot be contained by any. It flows continuously, contagiously, as it is harvested and shared humanely. Widespread wonder awaits at the gates of human's manifestation, where its potency is pure potential. When poison propagates, end the debates and aim to alchemize the pain again and again. Your power, your potion, presenting through emotion, leads you to solution. The blending of substance, becoming solvent in its solving, expanding and evolving. Rest, receive, and continue to perceive the codes of creation, the codes of activation that are resonating in your field. Enjoy the integration as you create and craft as pure emanation of Source. Let life's loops offer you patterns as protection and also as purpose, a way to observe through repetition. Repeat as a treat to enjoy the cycles created, and remember to let them go with gratitude when no longer great for your game. The gifts you gather grow as golden threads given generously, connecting back to the one, the all, the everything. Humanity in unity expressed through duality in the cycle of remembrance eternally. And for me, this really speaks to how we do gather those pieces of wisdom through life. And when we share them, the larger pattern begins to reveal itself, like we were talking about before. So, yeah, essentially connecting those dots of the past and creating and shaping and forming a new future.
Thank you
Thank you
for
for receiving.
thank you for bringing it through. And I felt like
Yeah.
work was being done on my throat. My being was like codes of creation, because you
Yeah.
create with your words. You
Hmm.
speak with
Yeah.
words of
That's why it's
power.
called
And
spelling.
yeah, and
Yeah.
that will be a large topic of conversation, study inside the hive. But the piece that really stands out to me in here, and I invite anyone who's listening, watching, to comment, to come into the WhatsApp group so you can share what came through, what you were feeling, what you were receiving, what nuggets of wisdom you saw, because we can listen to this 100 times and receive something different each
Mm.
time. And today, when you read it, because I have heard this before, the piece that I really caught on to like, oh, this was the nugget of gold for me, was the part where it's showing the spiral journey where you get stuck in a loop, because we are
Mm,
all spiraling, right? We're rising,
yeah.
we're expanding, it's a spiral. And as you are going through your life, you get stuck in these loops. And it's saying it's part of the protection mechanism. Sometimes you're not ready to share your voice, and you get stuck you get stuck in the loop, and you keep repeating a pattern
Yeah, that's right.
until you choose to do something different, and you take the action
Hmm.
and you break the loop, and the spiral is healed, and you keep rising again. And
Yeah. Oh,
that
that's
feels
beautiful.
like it's that rinse and repeat. It's the washing machine cycle that, like, sometimes we feel I just can't get out of. And this,
Yeah.
once again, not to sound like a broken record, this is why community is so important. Because when we sit in circle and somebody
Hmm.
speaks about their pattern, our pattern is illuminated. And what comes in our awareness, we can then integrate, we can love it, we can release it, we can alchemize it, transform it, both on individual level and the collective.
Hmm.
So every transmission holds so many nuggets, so many,
Yes,
and
so
each one
many.
triggers something a little
Yeah.
different,
Well, and just
waking
like
up
you said,
parts
yeah,
of you.
and when you continue to revisit these, right, at different stages and phases in your progression or your experience of life, it means something different and you get to go deeper, right? And you can always go deeper and always expand more on anything and everything that you desire to. So yeah, it really becomes a conscious, aware choice. And like you always say too, it's like, how do we want to play? How do we want to play this game of life? We get to choose. So really, truly knowing thyself and empowering thyself to be able to do that. So that is a beautiful reflection. I love that. Thank you.
Thank you, Sabrina. How do we
Yeah.
want to play? That's, and sometimes we forget that we are truly the creators of this experience.
Yeah.
We get stuck in the weight of the density,
Yeah.
and lifting ourselves out, remembering that we are the consciousness that moves through all,
Yeah.
while staying grounded, while
Right.
applying everything we're learning into the everyday experience, into making
Yeah.
that tea, into brushing our teeth, into preparing our kids' lunches and driving and all the things.
Yeah.
This human experience is no joke.
Yeah. That's right. So we don't need to do it alone. So
No.
yeah, that's super beautiful. I do
Would
have
you like
another
to share the second
transmission.
one? Yeah,
Yeah,
please.
yeah, and let's see. Let's go ahead and because this hive is not about perfection, and Kat mentioned that in the very beginning. It's not polished perfection. We are showing up in our presence how we be, right? How we truly be right now in our lives, embodied through that experience. And that's really what we're here to just share and what's coming through us and what our personal truths are. And so we see you, we honor you and your personal truth, and we welcome that from you as well. So as we begin to close, this transmission truly feels like a doorway into what this space is truly becoming to me. So for your so this was before I start this, I want to let you know this was a message. This was one of the very first messages that I did receive from the bees about 5 or so years ago. And it really was talking to me, but also to everyone about their relationship to all of this. So feel that in your heart and how that translates for you. For your connection with the bees is a unique one, you see. You have known this since childhood, indeed. Scared to death, you ran, you fleed, and it wasn't until recently you felt to be freed from this fear, this resistance. So you created a distance between what you knew in your heart and what you were told. Quite the discrepancy, you see. For you are one of us, and now you remember. A part of the hive mind, you are a crucial member. Communication is key. And also vibrancy as you emanate your divine vibrational frequency. A song to dance to, attuned to hear. Let this land softly upon your ears, my dear. To the flowers we gravitate, and through vibration and sound we levitate. Throughout all time and dimensions we relate and navigate. Upon grids of light and strings of sound, we travel the world around and around. In patterns so beautiful, in sacred geometry we traverse, creating a unique connection throughout the universe. For we are connected to the one and the all. We have big purpose despite our bodies being quite small. Magnetic resonance creating form. This is how we do it. This is our norm. We can lift and elevate as we aim to propagate many species in the plant kingdom, as well as connection through our universal wisdom. Sing with us, dance with us, while we admire in gratitude the beauty and abundance in the all with great fortitude. Buzzing together in unison, our voices become one once again. The power of many in harmonic resonance paired with their intention and covenants will have an effect on the one, the all, creating shifts, big and small. All of grand purpose and shared proportionately. The sacred geometry that we utilize also has meaning and beautifies as it conveys a message so clear, one that we all get to hear. Why the hexagon, you ask us now? Let us show you just how deep the meaning and the symbolism, which is all a part of the larger system. A connection to love and all of creation. Compassionately, it shows its true relation to the heart, the soul, our true divinity, the essence of life, living infinitely. The strength it holds is a treasure to behold. The honey, the nectar, as the pollinating protector. It's held as a peaceful and perfect preceptor, showing us just how beautiful the truth is to behold deep within you. It offers stability for all that it encounters, receiving and transforming the pollen of the flowers. A magical and natural process of alchemy, thereby perpetuating life's destiny. Percolating into new form, the substances created now become something totally new, presented unto you as a gift of remembrance. The bees and their magical natural abilities enhance and inform other colonies, for we are all connected throughout the hive mind, and once we remember this, we become even more aligned to the way of nature and the natural ways of the Creator. Through balance and structure, we may support all communities with great rapport. This six-sided shape, so nurturing, it truly enhances everything in its being. It offers a balance in all that is as it shares many gifts through all it gives. Let's come together through interconnectedness in love and balance to enjoy the bliss. The union of many from any separateness, coming back into centeredness with great impetus, illustrates its significance and simpleness. The blending and merging into unity from separation, lack, and duality. Through mindfulness and keen awareness, may we all see the grand significance of the holy honey bee. You and me, it's we. Oh, my whole body is just buzzing with waves of love and light, and it's just like, oh, so beautiful. Thank you. Oh, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Even when I
My,
reread these transmissions, it like,
of
oh, it
course it
activates me.
does. Of course it does. Of
Yeah,
course it
yeah,
does. And I'm
yeah.
feeling like the front and back of my heart chakra is like that hexagon when you were talking about the shape. I was seeing like Anahata, the like the Star David, the heart chakra, and like
Yeah,
just pulsing like the lotus or the rose, whatever flower you choose, just opening. because
Yeah.
words carry frequency. The energy behind these transmissions is there. It's coming through.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope you
Yeah.
enjoyed that, dear listeners. I hope you opened and received, and they're here for you to
Yeah.
return to. And I find that when I just close my eyes and get really in my body and receive the honey that is in the words, it's so powerful. So thank you,
Oh,
Sabrina,
thank you. Thank you for being the
for
witness, the
bringing.
receiver, the co-creator. We don't do this alone. And so, yeah, this transmission really speaks about, remembering our place within that larger picture, within that larger world, and how that harmony truly happens when our individual voices move together with shared loving intention. So with all of that, we just lovingly want to invite you into the remembrance of the golden hive, of the hum, of creation, of the bees. And we invite you to please share your reflections, your perspectives, join the conversation. What's moving through you? What's speaking to you? What wants to come through you and be created in this world as medicine for the one, the all, for all of us? So we love you, we appreciate you, we see you, and we honor you. Thank you for being here. You
Thank you,
already remember.
Sabrina. You already
Yeah.
remember. That's right. That's exactly right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And dear listeners, viewers, you can find us at ourgoldenhive.com, and the
Yes.
information is below. When you follow through to the website, there is a link to join our WhatsApp group, links to well, link to submit your email so you join our list for our weekly Zoom calls. We hold activations and sharing circles and all the things. So we're just
Yes, and
getting
there'll be some
started.
beautiful core teachings that'll come through.
Beautiful, beautiful core teachings
Transmissions,
coming through.
transmissions. Yes.
So join the list, join the community that we are building. And again, it's not two queens, it's not three queens. It's it's a hive where life intelligence flows through and organizes itself, and love lives. That's what I'm hearing. One hive, one hum. We're all remembering together.
That's right. That's
So
right.
thank you for being here.
Thank you for being
Thank
here.
you.
Thank you for
Thank
being
you.
you.
Blessed be.
Blessed
Blessed
be.
be.
Blessed be, and so
Blessed
it
be.
is.
And
We'll
so it
see you
is.
soon. We'll see you soon in the
Thank you.
hive and outside the hive.
Thank you.
Thank you.